and let's go get a breeding box. I don't know, let's just give it a go. I was so excited. It's absolutely awesome. I'd love to have something like this one day maybe. Should have two in here. Yes, there you go. Yeah. This is what happens when you let kids in the fish room. There are quack everywhere. Why are you looking at that? Look at how great the moss looks in this tank. All the dirty eggs are out. Wish me luck, guys. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to MD Fish Tanks. I'm MD and these are my fish tanks. Right guys, great news. I just came out to the fish studio and I noticed something straight away. I mean, you're probably going to guess what it is. Let's just go in and take a look. Yeah, so I came in and look at what I found again. Look at that. There's new eggs. I mean, that's taken like no time at all. But they're like proper fresh ones, aren't they? So, well done guys. Brilliant. I think I'm going to try, right, I'm going to get on the internet, I'm going to start researching, do what I can. I think I'm going to get like a breeder box or something that I can just hang over the side. Maybe that's a good idea, I don't really know. And stop them eating them anyway, and give them an area to go in, plus the fresh water. I don't know, let's just give it a go. I was so excited. Right, let's get in a car and let's go get a breeding box. So I've come to the store local to me to find something, but they haven't got anything, so I'm going to have to go somewhere a bit further afield. Right guys, I'm at Blackdown Garden Centre in Wellington and they've got a really good Maidenhead Aquatics here, so I just wanted to come and see if they got the breeder box. They probably do because I've seen one here before. Right, the good news is Maidenhead Aquatics have got the breeder boxes, so that's perfect. There we go. But yeah, anyway, we need to get on with this, don't we? Because I want to get back and get those eggs sorted. But come on, look at this buffer. He's absolutely awesome. I'd love to have something like this one day maybe. It's the same as Murphy, I think, from Aquarium Co-ops. He's like always smiling. So we got the little breeder box. I also got some Purigen as well for another tank. Can put that in a cave tank. Just Purigen's really good. It just stops any sort of organics in the water. It's a little bit expensive, but it does the trick. Right guys, this particular breeding box is not really designed to be stuck to the side because it's got these little sections here that fill with air so that then it can just, you know, float around the tank. I don't really want it floating around the tank, so I'm just going to cut a little hole in it with a Dremel, stick on. There we go. Stick on this little suction in it on the side there, and we can keep it in one place and we'll be able to observe it a bit better then. Yeah, it's going. It's gonna go. It's just right, I think, because we don't want it to be too small. There we go. We're in. Look at that. Nice and neat and tidy. Stick it to the side. Let's get it in. Right guys, every time I try and do a video, there's a helicopter. Hang on a minute. So here's what I've done. I've lined the bottom part of it with like filter sponges. Well, I guess, you know, there's filter sponge that it's sat on, so although that stuff's quite big, that'll be fine. Then I've also made a little hole in the side here so I can put an airline tube through, so that can just be held nicely in there, and put some bubbles in as well, like nice and gentle. Keep it oxygenated because the water might get a bit stagnant in there otherwise. Right, let's get it in and let's get our eggs in it. There we have it. Maybe this is massively overkill, I don't know, but I took the stone off there, look, just because we only need a little bit of surface agitation to keep the oxygen up, and the stone was quite bulky. But yeah, this should be good. I'm going to get the eggs in now. I'm going to pick them up with the turkey baster. There they are, in there. See, there's loads of them as well. I think there's more than before, or maybe maybe they got eaten before I noticed them last time. But yes, this is going to be so cool. Literally, as I turned the camera off then, they went over to try and have a nibble, I think. So, right, so squeeze the air out of the turkey baster and hopefully we can No. This is hard. Okay, I've got one. Let's get another one of these eggs. I've got one so far in. Should have 2 in here. Yes, there you go. Yes, 2. Brilliant. Right, that's 3 so far. I'm going to keep doing this until I've got all of them. Right, so you want... Oh, so you want to see the eggs, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? They're up in here.
Can't see.
Okay, let me lift you. Come here. Right, if you look closely,
Yeah.
can you just see those tiny little yellow circles on the bottom of it?
I can't.
Look. Hang on, let me put the camera down. If you look just in there, see? See those little round circles everywhere? They're the fish eggs. They're the goldfish eggs. They're panchos? They're not panchos. They are pumpkins, little eggs. Look. Is that cool? And they're going to grow, hopefully, and we'll have some baby ones, yeah?
Yeah, but how are they going to go in there?
Oh, no, they've got to stay in there first, just whilst they're growing. Otherwise, they little buggers will eat them, won't they?
Yeah.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
So we've just got to wait now for them to grow.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you let kids in the fish room. There a quack, everywhere a quack, quack. Oh. Right, so I've been looking around the tank and it turns out there's eggs in everywhere. It's not just on that filter. It's like every flat surface. You can see a couple, not now because I've moved them all, but even on that tiny rock at the back there by the filter, look, right in the centre there, you can see an egg. That is an egg, trust me. So perfectly round. Where else? I've removed a lot of them now. Look down there. Look, there we go. Look, just on there, close to. Guys, come on, not this again. Get out the way. There we go. Look, there's loads of them there. There's tons of eggs. I'm getting right in there now. Right. Well, I've been doing that for about an hour. I can see why it's a lot easier just to get like a spawning mop. But I've got. Oh, come on. There we go. I've got like. It doesn't look like it, but 20. I've got about 20 eggs there. There's just tons everywhere. Like, I was looking down here on this Anubius. I tried my best to pick them off, but some of them aren't free. They're actually stuck on, so it's like it's really hard to sort of get them off. But there you go. Look, there's one. Look, right in the centre of the screen. I'm just going to leave that there, and there's one there as well. Look, and a snail. But they're everywhere. Like everywhere I look, they are. I just thought they was on that one place, but I guess they just settled over there because the filter was pulling them in. Anyway, zoom out. Right, so that's really interesting. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this goes. I think that's enough. I don't feel like I've got to do much more else than that. Maybe just put a couple of red root floaters in as well, just water quality, I guess. Why not? But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this, guys. It should be really fun, shouldn't it? Sorry if I'm very geeky, but I am very geeky. Hopefully you guys are too, because you're interested in a channel like mine. But awesome! Well, it's been a few days now since we set this little box up. Let's have a look at what's going on. Now, you can see apparently the white eggs is like a fungus that grows on infertile ones, but there are still some eggs that are so hard to focus, but there are still some eggs that don't have the fungus, which suggests that they've been fertilized, like this one right in the center now. But I also found another one that was on this. That's obviously got a fungus on, but that one there, right in the center, I can't keep it still, I'm shaking. Should have got my steady cam, but yeah. So that one there looks like we might be okay. So hopefully out of this little batch we've got here, we do get a couple at least. But you know, time will tell. If not, we'll try again next time, because clearly these beauties are enjoying themselves in there. Naughty. Well guys, I just nipped in to have a quick check of the place, and guess what I found? Oh, focus from it. There we go. A little baby. Look at that. Right there. So I noticed a few days ago that some of the eggs had hatched, and I just thought, oh, well, that's it then, you know, they've gone, whatever. But if that's the only survivor, well, I've got to make extra good care. I'm thinking maybe just to remove him from here, put him in something different, and just do like loads of water changes with the conditioned water all the time, and bring them up that way in like a shallow dish so that I can keep feeding. I've seen some videos online of people feeding in shallow dishes. It means that you can just keep changing the water regularly, because obviously they're not going to pollute it, are they, at this sort of size? So I'm going to get him out of there and then see if we've got any more. Okay, well, unfortunately, in the time that I've gone to go and get a dish to set up some sort of temporary home for the fish, it's gone, and it's probably gone out of the the gaps in the side here. So what I'm going to do, look, I'm not to dwell on it, they're going to have eggs again. I'm going to set up another whole separate tank. This old aqua terrarium is done with. I'm going to get everything out and just clear this up, get a little sponge filter in there, but put it under here, and then I can just, you know, I can just be prepared then, ready for next time. I have a full tank ready to go, heated water, and that'll be perfect. Okay guys, notable points to add. It looks like out of the new clutch of eggs, I've got at least 3 or 4 that seem to be fertilised. I can see some more in the tank actually that look to be good as well. I can tell some that aren't fertilised because they go white and fuzzy, so that's when you know that they're just, you know, don't worry about them. So I now need to prepare this tank here. I want to get this tank set up and put it underneath the big tank, and this could be the one that I use to bring up the fry in, hopefully. So let's just clear this out. Check this out guys, so in case any of you is ever wondering if the packets I make for the terrestrial ferns work, look at that. So that was all draped in the water, so it's working a treat. I mean, this fern's not had any light on it for ages and it's doing really well, to be fair. Here's what I've done. I've set up this little tank, got a little air stone in there. I'm going to get a little sponge filter to put in as well, but it's not arriving till tomorrow, or I might just go and buy one. I don't even know yet. Anyway, so temperature 25 or 26, something like that. Got a nice little nano heater in there as well, Interpet Nano. A little light, that's more for us just to look at it more than anything. But there's the eggs, look. Yes! I mean, some of them are fuzzy, so I'm guessing they're infertile, but look, there are at least 4, I think I counted. 3 or 4 actually. I can't remember, but anyway, there are some fertile ones, I think. You know, it's so hard to tell sometimes, but yeah. So we've got some that are fertile at least, but the good thing is we've also now got this set up for, you know, any more potential babies, as they're spawning so often, or should I say, she's little pumpkins spawning so often, that yeah, I've got a place now where I can just add the new eggs. So another point to note that I've read about is that when they spawn, the males release like a milk. Yeah, they release some milk into sort of the egg area to fertilise it, obviously, because that's how it works. And in doing so, it can actually drastically change the parameters of your water. So if they're spawning regularly, then they're doing it regularly. So I'm going to do a massive water change. I'm going to do about 40%, I think. Get some of this algae cleaned off the side. Why are you looking at that? Hey. Anyway, yeah, they are acting a bit odd actually, so I think the water is a little bit off. So that's the first thing I want to do now. Change that water as quick as possible. Get loads in there, some water conditioner in as well. Yeah, let's get that sorted. It's now been a day since we set up this sort of temporary grow out tank, I guess you'd call it. I'm not entirely sure. It's a grow out tank, right? Yeah? I mean, it's not permanent. So tank here, the actual proper Ranchu tank is looking super clean. I've actually tilted back the light so that it's not so bright on there, just to try and reduce some of that algae. And it still looks great, to be fair. So I originally had all the floating plants to help out with the light intensity, but if I just tilt the light back like that and sort of highlight the back area, it's actually a good level of light on there. I don't think I'll get much algae at all really, maybe on the back wall, but that's even easy to clean. But the fish still look really cool, don't they? Look at them, loving it. I'll tell you what, I'll feed them for you guys so you can have a little look. I did this before by tapping it and it didn't work, so this time I'm going to take it out of my hand now. Here we go guys, I've trained them now. Look, they know the tap 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 means it's food time, and the fact that I'm here, but I really do like these guys, they're awesome. Depending on the size they get as well will depend on if I need to get a bigger tank. I mean, lots of people are saying that the tank I've got now, which is 80 centimetres long, it's 130 litres I think, so it's like 36 gallons. Well look, it's pretty damn good size really, isn't it? I mean, it's not like they're struggling for room in there. Super clean as well. I mean, I'll keep them in this for as long as it's needed, I think. You know, when I decide that they need a bigger tank, they'll have a bigger tank. Don't you worry about that. And an even better scape, to be fair. Because obviously this one, for me, was only big enough for the one island, I think. But what I'd like to do is several islands. And I'm just keeping these mosses down here temporarily. You can see the difference between what's been grown in this tank and what's been grown in a previous tank that was different lighting, I guess, different lighting levels. But look at how great the moss looks in this tank. You can see the different types, and I cannot for life remember the difference. But I think that is just the Taiwan, or that's the Taiwan and that's the Java, one or the other. That's Java for sure. Yeah, it's got to be. That's got to be the Taiwan. I'm not sure because when you wrap the moss like I did on the stones, they do grow really compact like this. So that's the Christmas moss for sure that you've got there. But look, how fantastic does it look? And the Hygrophila pinnatifida, look, is sending off all of the runners. See these runners? All new growth you can see here. You can see the old growth like this leaf here because it's like died off. So in a minute I'll go in and just pluck that off. But that's all right. But how fantastic is that tank? Hopefully, guys, you'll have some babies soon. Well, no, not soon, because I'm not going to put them in, because you will eat them, because you're terrible parents, apparently. So I've read online. Right, but back onto the temporary tank. As you can see there, there's some fluffy sort of looking ones. Now, the fluffy ones are ones that have not fertilised. Let's zoom in a bit. So look, you can see, we've got right in the centre there's an egg that is fertilised, and next to it, fertilised. And this one at front is fertilised as well. The rest, they need to come out, otherwise that fungus that's growing on them will spread to the good eggs. And the way I'm going to do that is I've got a turkey baster, squeeze the air out, and now it should suck in as I go near. So look, as I pull this up, and then, oops, see I've got that in, I can remove that from the tank. And yeah, and then just sort of repeat the process until everything is clean. All the dirty eggs are out, and all that's left now is the free clean eggs. So, you know, not a fantastic yield, but I'll take it. If I can get these free to survive and get little babies out of it, I'm going to be so hyped by that. That's going to be brilliant. My first goldfish eggs that have actually, you know, grown into something. So that's going to be cool. Well guys, I think that's probably a good place to end this video. So hopefully by next episode on the goldfish babies, we'll have some nice wigglers, maybe even more than that. But yeah, fingers crossed. It's looking good so far. We've got the right setup for it now. If you did enjoy this video, you want to see more stuff on this, make sure you click subscribe, because I'm going to be doing regular updates until we've got some actual full-on babies. So stick around for that. Be sure to hit the like button as well and comment, because I reply to most of the comments, as many as I can. That's getting tougher and tougher nowadays because there's so many comments on each video. But yeah, wish me luck, guys. Cheers.